Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. In this one today, we're going to be discussing the top 5 worst specialist abilities in COD Zombies from Black Ops 3 to Black Ops Cold War. So without a further ado, let's get right into it. Coming into our number 5 spot, we have the Viper and Dragon from Black Ops 4. This specialist weapon is by far the worst when it comes to the Chaos storyline. It isn't necessarily a bad specialist weapon, it just isn't as effective as most of the other abilities in this game. You can kill every zombie around you like with most Black Ops 4 specialist weapons, which can be useful, but then you have two really slow attacking weapons. The first is the Viper sword, which swings really slow, meaning that against mini bosses it won't help you out as much since the damage you deal isn't that great either. Then you have the dragon part of the weapon, which is pretty much just a normal shotgun that shoots fire bullets and looks cool. The range for both of these weapons is very small, and the worst part is that they don't do anything special compared to any of the other specialist weapons. The hammer can lay down a trap, the chakrams make you move really fast, and you can use multiple types of attacks at once, and the scepter of Ra can slow zombies down and revive your teammates. But the Viper and Dragon doesn't do anything special or unique. You shoot with one hand and swing a sword with the other. The tier 3 ability is pretty much just a copy and paste of the chakrams tier 3 ability, but worse. Overall, when it comes to this specialist weapon, it's not the worst by any means. It can still carry you into the later rounds. The problem is that in Black Ops 4, if I had the choice to pick one of the 4 specialist weapons for the Chaos storyline, the Viper and Dragon would be my last pick, since it doesn't provide anything valuable that the other specialist weapons can't do. So for that, we're going to be putting the Viper and Dragon at our number 5 spot. Moving into our number 4 spot, we have Healing Aura from Black Ops Cold War. This specialist isn't really a specialist weapon, more so a specialist ability. In Black Ops Cold War, a lot of them are very useful. They can get you out of tricky situations like Ether Shroud, or they can kill a lot of zombies effectively like Ring of Fire. Healing Aura does neither, as it instead acts like a support mod for the rest of your team. If you're playing on solo, this specialist doesn't really do anything at all since most of its abilities are for co-op gameplay. And the ones that can help you out in solo, like making your health regenerate a lot faster, just aren't that good. It can be useful to some extent because if you're playing with multiple people, it acts almost like a Phoenix Up Gobblegum where it can revive your teammates and make them keep all of their perks. But this one-time activation effect doesn't make it one of the better specialist weapons when it comes to Black Ops Cold War. It can be useful and fun to use, and if you're playing with a full team of 4 people, it can actually be beneficial, but it's similar to Quick Revive, where there are so many different kinds of situations that you have to be in order for this specialist ability to work at its full potential, that it's just not worth using, especially when there are so many other types of specialist abilities in this game that can help you revive your teammates and give you some extra bonus help, like Ether Shroud or Frenzied Guard. Overall, when it comes to Healing Aura, it is a useful ability to have in certain situations, but in general, you have better odds of keeping your team safe by using any other ability. So for that, we're going to be putting it at our number 4 spot. Now, coming into our number 3 spot, we have Energy Mine from Black Ops Cold War. This specialist ability is by far the worst when it comes to abilities in Black Ops Cold War. When upgraded to tier 5, it doesn't really do much except give you extra charges and make it to where the cooldown and damage are slightly increased. I don't like using this ability because it takes time to kick in once you drop the mine on the floor. It can be useful for some strategies on D Machine, but overall, why not just use Ring of Fire? The cooldown might be a little bit longer, but in the meantime, you can use score streaks and equipment. Plus, it is far more effective at not only killing normal zombies, but mini bosses as well. It is more effective at keeping you safe because it activates instantly, giving you a bottomless clip, and it deflects a lot of long-ranged attacks. Compared to the Energy Mine, Ring of Fire is superior in almost every single way. Healing Aura could also be a better option because it provides you and your team safety for the time that it's activated. All of the specialist abilities have one thing in common in Black Ops Cold War, and it's the fact that they provide support or protection in one way or another. And while Energy Mine does do a lot of damage and can be useful in certain situations, it doesn't compete with any of the other specialist abilities because it lacks the ability to keep yourself or others safe. So for that, we're going to be putting the Energy Mine at our number 3 spot. Moving into our number 2 spot, we have the Flamethrower from Black Ops 4. Most specialist weapons and abilities up to this point were not shamed upon because they were bad, but there were just far more better options to pick from that could do a better job. When it comes to the Flamethrower, it's just bad. I remember when Black Ops 4 first launched, I was genuinely excited for this specialist ability because it was supposed to be Nikolai's, one of my favorite characters in the game. Not only that, but we haven't seen the Flamethrower in zombies since World at War. And in that game, the Flamethrower was a key component for getting to high rounds. So when I heard that it would be coming back into Black Ops 4, I thought that they would implement it in the same way. Unfortunately, I was wrong. This specialist weapon is the only one in Black Ops 4 that doesn't deal enough damage to kill all of the zombies with one activation into the later rounds. The different attacks that you unlock as you upgrade it don't help out either. The best way to use this specialist weapon is by using the tier 2 ability to blow all the zombies away, almost like a scuffed thunder gun. The problem with that, however, is that it takes too long to shoot, and it doesn't kill that many zombies compared to the other specialist weapons on the Ether storyline. You can use the tornado ability, but that doesn't do much damage either. What made the Flamethrower special in World at War was that they gave it infinite ammo with a cooldown, which made it stand out because it was the only weapon with infinite ammo during the time. The lack of damage was also justifiable. With Black Ops 4, you still have a cooldown, but with every other weapon increasing in damage like the Wonder Weapons and the Helion Salvo, it no longer competes even with all the extra abilities that it has. So for that, we're going to be putting the Black Ops 4 Flamethrower at our number 2 spot. And coming into our number 1 spot, we have the Annihilator from Black Ops 3. This specialist weapon is one that is hated by the community. Every specialist weapon and ability on this list is somewhat useful, including the Flamethrower, but with the Annihilator, it is just useless. There is no point in ever using this specialist weapon over any normal gun in Black Ops 3. In the early 20s, this gun will start to require multiple bullets to take down these zombies, which is the least amount of damage that any specialist weapon can deal. It also shoots super slow, has no unique effects, and doesn't have that much ammo. The only redeeming part about this gun is the fact that once you activate it, it won't go away after a certain amount of time like most other specialist weapons. Instead, it will only lose its charge the more you use it, which I do think is pretty cool. But even with that feature, this specialist weapon is still the worst by far. They added it into the Giant, and people weren't too bothered by it because it fit on the map pretty well, since the Giant was always very casual. The reason I don't like this specialist weapon is that they brought it back for every single Zombies Chronicles map, which made absolutely no sense. It would have been much better if they added in the Flamethrower on Shangri-La, for example, or the Hive on Moon, or something to switch it up a bit. But no, they had to add in the Annihilator, a weapon that we have already seen and that wasn't too impressive when it comes to effectiveness. Whenever I get this specialist weapon out of the box, I'm happy. Not because I got it, but because I can pick it up and never have to see it again. Plus, it gives me a higher chance at getting the weapon I actually want. The Annihilator is the worst specialist when it comes to COD zombies and is definitely deserving of the number 1 spot. Anyways guys, it's going to wrap up the video for today. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, do all that. Leave your comments down below if you want to see me do any other type of content. Check down the description as well for more zombie related videos. And yeah, I got nothing much else to say, so peace.